Psychedelic party es buena sensación. The psychedelic party, eso sí es el soul.
They are without a doubt the best iPhones we've ever done.
Here on the left is an iPhone 5S. In the center, iPhone 6. And on the right, the iPhone 6. We're going to start to ship them on September 19th.
Okay, you knew there had to be a review. What has it been? 2 weeks now since that that debacle with ordering through AT&T. Never order through AT&T again. My better experience has always been camping out. So I suggest to anyone, man, if you have the time, and if you're an Apple fan, if you're watching this video, you're probably an Apple fan, and it's wonderful, man. You know, you do, you know what I mean? Like, I'll go get a beer, you know, I'll go get, you know, a couple beers, and I got Netflix, and now I got an iPad, I got my laptop, I got an iPhone 6 Plus, 6 Plus, you know it. But, you know, so, you know, watch Netflix, Hulu, you know, I've already cut the cord with cable. That's a whole nother video. So, here's the review. Okay, first, picking up the phone, obviously, it was beautiful. You know, the curves on the glass was just like, wow, amazing. But my initial thought was, wow, this is slippery. I'm going to drop it. And, you know, the secrecy is out, or secrecy is there. So a lot of companies, you know, will try to make cases, but they're not really sure. So there aren't really a lot of cases like right away. Like, you know, I do have one. Spec. You're like the best. You're the best iPhone, iPod case ever. Like my very first iPod. My first iPod. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team's here. Yeah, seriously. Spec was like the first. And like, I've had some great candy shell cases. I've had some great spec grips. There was not a one in the Apple Store, dude. Not a one, man. And it's almost a month now, and I've gone to Target, and Target carries spec, and there's no spec for the Plus. There's no spec for the Plus. Come on, spec. And then I go onto your website. Okay, you have some coming, but the colors suck. Spec. The colors suck. Come on, spec. Can we get it with it? Can we get with it, please? Anyway, it is big. It is huge. I mean, what are you going to do? We asked for it. That is what we asked for. You know, we can't say, oh, it's too big. I don't know. It takes two hands. It takes two hands. That accessibility, that sucks. I mean, it's a good idea, but it sucks. It's not really, it's okay. iOS 7 and iOS 8, both of those seemed extremely rushed. Stand up and clap for Apple. Stand up and clap for Apple. Because they figured it out. Do we want that camera roll back? And it's coming back in 8.1. If you've already seen this video, then, if 8.1 is already out by the time you see this video, then you already know. Man, don't mess with stuff if it ain't broke. I don't want to see recently added. I want the camera roll. I mean, it wasn't broke. It wasn't nothing wrong with just having the camera roll there. Dude, you messed up with that one. But okay, fine, you figured it out. Thank you so much for figuring it out. Really, thank you so much for figuring it out. But back to the size. I mean, look. This is where we started from. Like, this is the iPhone 3. No, it's not even the 3G. This is the iPhone 3. I don't have my original one. I was iPhone day one. That one I don't have anymore, but I still do have this one. And this is, well, let's unlock it. It barely works. I use it for my music on my stereo. But yeah. I mean, wow. That's I mean, you can fit the whole thing within the whole thing, probably within the whole thing. I mean, so yeah, we know we came from what my other review is battery life, man. Like, I work at night. I'm a bartender. Anybody out there want to come see me? I'll make you the best drinks ever. Anyway, I work at night, so in the morning, I do my social networking. I'm in the know. I'm in the scene, and so I lay in bed. I wake up. As soon as the sun comes through the window, 9 o'clock or so, and I'm in bed for like an hour or so, and I'm just, I'll take it off the cord, and type away, and looking at the news, looking at the gossip, whose baby daddy went with who, and all that kind of stuff, and within an hour, I'm at look at this. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I've probably been messing with it since 9. No, probably 8:30. I'm at 55%. Down. 55%. And I'm a hog. I am a hog. I do not like turning down the brightness. I know, hey, turn on the brightness, auto brightness, and all that. Why do I have a phone with Retina if I got to turn down the brightness? No, I'm not turning it off. So figure something else out, Apple. Figure something else out. I don't see with how I use my iPhone, and I mean like all day use, and I'm not like constantly on it. I text like crazy. I don't call or anything, but I text like crazy, and I think that it will not make me a whole day's use. Obviously, we already know that when they do the iPhone 6S, 6X Plus, plus S, I don't know what they're going to call it with the 6 Plus. It's probably not going to be a different form factor. You'll probably have a better Touch ID or something under the hood that does more. Probably something with the system software that one does that this one can't. So I don't suspect that I would be getting a 6S. I kind of have skipped models before, so I would suspect that obviously with the iPhone 7, probably next year, that they will blow out some more bells and whistles and say, hey, you got to have this one, just like with this one. So my other review is, a lot of people say, well, should I upgrade? Should I not upgrade? I went from the iPhone 5S to this. A lot of people say, hey, don't go every year. If you got the 5S, you've got a lot of good stuff in it. Don't go. Honestly, Apple people, we have been waiting for size forever. I mean, it's been a few years. Like, we had the small version, and hey, this rocked the market. This changed the world. I mean, they rest in peace. iPod is gone. The iPod is gone. But rest in peace. No more iPod. That was a wonder. And this one still works. This is a classic. I really like this guy. Always did. Always liked the buttons on that. But that was a whole another thing there. So anyway, if you're wondering about upgrading, I would say yes. I mean, the size factor alone. Is the 6 Plus worth it, or is it 6? I looked at the 6, and honestly, I didn't see that huge of a difference in the 6 from the 5S. I mean, yeah, it's bigger, but I mean the 360 degree. Oh yeah, another review, dude. Apple, can we just lock it? Can you put a setting to lock it, not just on standard or zoomed, and then zoom doesn't do it? No, can I? Because it does get annoying. I'll pick up my phone and it doesn't know, where I'm at. And I'm like, dude, come on now with that. Applications, man. App developers, get with it. We've got a bigger screen. You can use it in landscape view. Apple said, hey, most of the apps we're gonna do that. No, I mean Facebook alone hasn't done a landscape view. Come on, Facebook. You suck. Anyway, this is my review. Did I talk enough about the phone? Power button. Did you have to put the power button on the side? I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it was that the standard of the industry? Was that where people were saying, hey, Apple's copying Android? Nah, don't get me into that controversy. But I don't like it there because my volume buttons are on this side, and then they're there. And every time I'm trying to turn it off, then I'm turning down the. Come on, Apple. Did nobody not have this in their hand when they were doing testing? Did nobody not say, hey, that kind of doesn't work? Put it back there. Come on. well, it's done now. I don't see you guys reversing that unless you do it in the iPhone 7. I really, I mean, this is years and years back. I don't like the port at the bottom. Look at the iPad. The iPad's still at the top. Why is that at the bottom? I don't get it. I don't see that in the design. Unless, again, Apple, if you can explain, hey, dude, under the hood, we have to put it under here to put the guts into the right way and all that. Then fine. It is what it is. I like the new. I like the new volume. The vibrate is really cool. Good. The camera, I've had some success. I don't know if it's iOS 8 glitch, but low light in the dark. I've been on the San Francisco Bay. I was on a boat trying to take pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge, and in landscape mode, it wouldn't work. I kept hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting, and it wouldn't go. Then I put it in portrait, and it would work. So that I wasn't happy with. If that continues to happen, I'm going to let this iOS 8.1 do its thing. But if that continues to happen, then I am going to go to the Apple Store and say, hey, is this something in the software? Do I need a new phone? Let me know. Low light is pretty good. Oh, time lapse. Time lapse is fun. Time lapse is fun. Oh man, I've had a crazy time with time lapse. I've filmed myself cleaning up the house. Filmed myself cleaning up at work. I've definitely mounted it on my dash with my dash mount, and then drove to work and did the time lapse all the way to work, and that's really cool. So I definitely suggest having fun with that. Having fun in iMovie with it, dude. Please, definitely do that. I do all this on iMovie. I do all my edits and everything else. It's really, really fun. I definitely would suggest. I really like the phone. It's really thin. Could have been a better glass, I feel. You could probably went sapphire glass. I definitely am scared of dropping this thing. I've even had nightmares of dropping it and cracking. Like, well, what am I going to do if this breaks? You're not going to be able to fix it right away. So, and iPhone 6 Plus. Thank you guys. When I was going on my rants and I couldn't get my phone, and it took more than 2 weeks for me to get my pre-order. When I pre-ordered it on the pre-order time, everybody was suffering with me, and I appreciate that. It's totally fine. The forum group. Anyway, so yeah, that's the review. Any questions, please hit me. Subscribe to me. Hit the subscribe down below. Hit the like, whichever. Anyway, the review, I like it. Yes, it's big. I like the size. And if one more person, picks up my phone and then, oh wow, is that the iPhone 6? No, it's the 6 Plus. Does it bend? No, it doesn't bend. Don't try to bend your phone. Who's gonna put it in their back pocket and say, no, I'm not putting that in my back pocket and sitting down. No, I'm not doing that. I'll keep it in my front pocket like anybody else would keep it in the front pocket. It's thin enough. So, thanks. Any questions? Hit me up anytime. Go Apple forever. Apple always. All right. Peace out.